What is up, everyone? Bleeding Blue Podcast. We're at what, episode 102, 103,
102.
102. We are back at it. In today's episode is a very, very special episode because for the first time in 10 years, the Toronto fucking Blue Jays are division champions. They're the leaders of their division. It's incredible. I can't believe it.
Oh,
It's actually one of the most insane things. And yeah, they have ended up winning the division. The last time this happened back in 2015, and if you guys remember 2015, that was a pretty special year, and a lot of good things happened. But again, just watching yesterday and the events that took place after the game, the whole celebration of the team and what they did was pretty. It really made you look back and reflect on the season as a whole and how special this team was from top to bottom, from the 26 men on this team, on this entire roster. They really they doubled down on this quote saying it's 26 against one. And that's because this team, every single person, you can't name one person who hasn't contributed to this team and the success of this team. You look at guys like Miles Straw, Nathan Lucas, Ernie Clement, these Tyler Heineman, these names that you don't hear about a lot, non all stars, average players, but they have this impact. And that's what makes this Toronto Blue Jays team different from any other team in the entire league. They accomplished something that was difficult. Last year, we were 20 games below 500 by the end of the season, and this year we again 20 games above our win total from last year. 94 wins. That's a good baseball club right there. 94 wins. That is
yeah.
that is that is really solid, and it's uh, it's very impressive, and I'm really happy to say that I'm happy to say that the Yankees are in second place and the
Thank
Blue Jays
Christ.
are in first, and that feels very, very good. So, I mean, nobody expected it, and now we can say, yeah, we're division champs. And even if this season, even if the rest of the season doesn't go as we hoped, and maybe whatever, it doesn't end up the way we want it to. I can still say that this has been one of the most fun years of baseball I have ever watched. It really, really has, and it has been. I'm genuinely lucky to be able to watch this team. Imagine I was a fucking Mets fan. My God, I
Oh,
would have I would have shot myself by now. Imagine I was like, yeah, it's terrible. And the fact that we stuck with this team, especially after last year, it feels a lot better. That's for sure. It makes the whole season and cheering for this team a lot better because these guys are a bunch of fucking dogs, and that's what they are. So yeah, let's go Blue Jays though, man. It's exciting. Ryan, any thoughts?
a lot of thoughts, a lot of good thoughts. That last game was incredible. Uh, not well, I'd say last series was incredible. The fight, especially in the first two games, I think the first game, especially with them doing a bullpen game, was kind of not controversial, but they had to do it. But the fact
Well,
that
the you
they
mean
grinded
the
out a
game
win.
against you mean the game against Boston that they won.
Oh yes, that's right. Okay, yeah, because they had who pitched the first game in the Seattle series? I can't
Seattle. What
remember.
the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I'm lost. Sorry, the Tampa series.
Um,
Who pitched in that first game?
it was Bieber.
Yes, that's right. Okay. So the last game in the Boston series, it was, after the first two games that they lost, um,
You're
there
scared.
was all we were very scared. Yes. All base. Well, I think a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but I'd say a decent amount of Jays fans had lost hope in this team and potentially winning the division as they brought it back down to a tie with the Yankees. And with the bullpen game happening, after losing two in a row, and then they come in clutch, Louis Varland and Eric Lauer in particular. were fantastic in that game, really held the fort down. And then after that game, we're like, okay, there's a chance now if we can win a bullpen game against a future playoff team who is also looking to clinch a playoff spot. We knew that we had a chance to sweep the Rays and clinch that division. They did, and the offense not particularly there the first two games. Uh, Struggled a little bit, but they got clutch hits when they needed to, and they held their ground. But I think the pitching definitely helped uh, in those first two games, and then obviously everyone came alive in the last game when it all mattered. Um, Especially our boy Alejandro Kirk, who was fantastic uh, in that last game with two home runs, especially the grand slam in the first inning, which kind of started it all. Gave us those insurance runs early, so the boys were locked uh in those last four games, and very proud of the resilience that they showed, because if that was the Toronto Maple Leafs, they definitely would have lost that series. They definitely would have lost the division. Let's be real. So,
Yeah, against a team that we should, respectfully win against. And yeah, you're right. I'm very happy with the way that this, this the outcome. Like I can't really complain with it. Again, they in Toronto Blue Jays fashion, they made it interesting. They kept it interesting. That last game there, was after the Kirk Grand Slam, Gosman gives up a few runs and it's 5-4, and I'm stressing a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on here? But I stuck with it and kept watching, and what do you know? The offense came through and they picked each other up, and that's what they've been doing all year round. When the offense is struggling, the pitching comes in and helps out. If the pitching is struggling, the offense comes and helps out the
mhm,
boys. So that's been the story of this team. Is they're just a bunch of guys that are helping each other out, trying to win baseball games, and they find ways to execute. I think that's the main thing. Is like they have this mindset and this goal to win as many games as they can, just win every day, take it game by game. And that's what they do. And they find a way. They are a group of winners. That's what they are. They're a group of winners. And again, it's not to compare to the Leafs, but we've had these struggles before where we've just seen, you know, it's like they don't hate losing. Like that's what
mhm,
I think we talk about. But when the Jays were in the water, they had a couple. They were scuffling a little bit. A few games that didn't go the way they wanted them to, and the Yankees were coming up close. They said, "No, fuck this. This ain't happening. We'll tease you guys a little bit. We'll give
mhm.
we'll give you a little taste of what it's like to be in first place, but you're not gonna have it. You're gonna
No.
fucking take it and win the next four games." But yeah, that was huge. It's yeah, this is why you watch baseball. This is why you watch the sport. This is why I love this sport. And it finally, like after years and years of suffering, like and I didn't even I
Uh-huh.
mean, like again, 2022 and 2023 weren't horrible. Last year was shit, but yeah, like anyway, it was just fuck. It's very special to have this outcome finally. And yeah, let's hope we can continue this run into the postseason. That would be fucking awesome, man. That'd be
Yeah.
incredible. But yeah,
Yeah, finally have some meaningful baseball. We don't have to worry about the 2 day break of the wild card series and getting right back into
bro,
it.
it's not even two
We
get
have
two
a
days. It's one day. It's
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about getting guys up and ready. You got a week of rest to prepare. Potentially bring some more guys back into the lineup who are injured, like Bo Bichette, who would be great to have for game one. They don't know if he's ready yet for game one, but he will definitely be ready for the series. I know that.
Hmm.
And especially the pitching too, because I know if they did end up playing in the wild card series, they probably would have had to start Scherzer game one, since Gosman pitched yesterday and Bieber pitching Friday. So it wouldn't have been a good start. Another Scherzer versus Crochet matchup that we saw live, which was not fun at all.
Yeah, he's not
Um,
getting. Wait, yeah, Scherzer's not getting the start. He wouldn't have got. It would have been Bieber. It would have been. Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, I don't know.
because Bieber pitched on Friday.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking
So
that too.
it was very close to uh and
Having a
obviously yeah, so it would have been really bad if we ended
I
up
think they
playing the
would have
wild
just
card,
given it
but
to Bieber. I just think they would have. I don't think.
mm,
Yeah, I
yeah.
just we're too risk, too much of a
Give
risk.
give Lauer to like a
Luckily, we don't have to
bulk
think
game,
about
but
that. Though. That's the thing. We don't
yes,
have to.
exactly. That's great. Potentially Bassett coming back. He was put on the IL, but he's saying he's getting better and pitching more innings, like simulated games and stuff. So
Mhm.
that's always good to hear. So it's looking like the Jays are going to have a pretty healthy lineup heading into the ALDS, potentially playing either the Yankees or the Red Sox, so an AL East matchup in the ALDS, which will be amazing.
Mhm.
Uh, Amazing to look forward to. Um, but yeah, in my opinion, I feel very confident that this team can go pretty far
Mhm.
with the competition that's in the league, in the American League. I think the Jays have a pretty good chance.
Yeah. No, so do I. I think that it'll be I we'll talk about our predictions in a bit in a
Mhm.
second here, but yeah, just to continue about the Blue Jays, man, it's been a special year. And uh again, like it'll be the one thing that I'm thinking about is Bo Bichette. Hopefully we can get him back, but it's nice to finally have, Tony Taters back in the lineup, even though he's not insane.
Not a good couple games
Yeah,
back on
but
the squad.
it's again, he still has that potential, man.
Hmm.
He has.
He's probably still a little bit injured. Let's be real.
I don't think
He's
I don't
definitely
think
not
he's injured. I just
100%.
think he hasn't played in forever, so he's just like still getting back
Yeah.
into it. I
So
think
maybe this week will help him out, uh, recuperate again and hopefully
the
prepare
fact that
for
the fact that he's even
series.
playing this year, like I did not think he would be coming back at all. I did not
Right.
think like I thought he would be out. But the other thing I don't know if we talked about last episode, Alec Manoah DFA'd. Did we mention that? No, we didn't.
No, we did not.
No, but yeah, Alec Manoah is unfortunately not with the team anymore. He had some good seasons with us back in 2021 and 2022. But I mean, when you come into camp, 300 pounds out of shape, uh, you know, things don't, really work in your favor, especially when you got the
Hmm.
pitch clock and, you know, it wasn't a good it was a recipe for disaster, honestly, for him. And
Yeah.
the whole thing after, if we want to get into it real quickly, the whole thing after he decided not to show up to AAA Buffalo, or um because he was too he was too upset that he got cut from the team, or he got sent down. Like, come on, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
pathetic.
Yeah. I think he got picked up by Atlanta,
Yeah.
I believe I saw. So
Then he'll have
good luck
win
to
a Cy
them.
Young next year. That's what's yeah.
Yeah, probably. Well,
I
look what happened to Robbie Ray. He came here, won a Cy Young, and then left. And where is he now?
He's on the Giants,
So there you go.
and he's kind of good
Yeah.
actually. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. I just remember him being shit on the Mariners once he left, but
Well,
I
he
guess he's
got
good
he
now.
got Tommy John. That's like, I guess, yeah, I guess you're right if you say that. But he got sorry. He got Tommy John. But
Hmm.
anyway, next thing on the agenda. Let's discuss. Should we do our playoff predictions?
Sure. I just wanted to quickly go through our pre regular season
Oh
predictions that we
yeah, that's a good
had.
idea.
I just wanted to recap. My breakout player did not go very well. I picked Will Wagner, and he's nowhere to be found. You had a good one. You picked Addison Barger for breakout
Oh,
player, and he was very good this year.
what a
You
pick
also
by
had
me,
you also
bro.
had Alan Roden though.
That's fucking
So
ball knowledge. Oh my God, Ryan. Jesus Christ. Wait, that
no,
was
no,
your
you that
pick?
was your no, you had Alan Roden as like your second pick, but
Oh,
you
okay.
said Barger, so that cancels out.
Okay.
We both had Vladdy, who is I'd say he's second best behind Springer this year in terms of best
Yeah.
player.
Maybe Bo.
Yeah, if Bo stayed healthy at the end, yeah.
No,
And then
Bo led
I
the.
know he basically led the league in hits. He would have led the league in hits and probably batting average. He would have been very close to Judge, I think, if he
Well, also
stayed healthy.
he also even still had like the high. He had the was leading the league in hits up until like 2 days ago, until
Yeah,
Bobby Witt took
yeah,
over.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It's
And
too
then
bad. It is too bad.
for our starters, mine was horrible. I picked Bowden Francis. That did not go well. And you picked Max Scherzer.
What was that
So
for? For
best starter.
yeah,
Yeah.
not great picks.
Yeah. And then for relievers, I had Jeff Hoffman. Was
Not bad.
okay, sure. And then you had Jimmy Garcia.
Fuck.
So not yeah.
Would have been good.
And then we both picked we both said they would go 85 and 77. So 9 wins over our projection. So good on them. They
Remember when
definitely watched the pod.
remember when I said 94 and 68 like 2 years ago or whatever? What did I say? I feel
Yeah,
like
and
I
you
said
said
that.
they'd lose in the World Series last year.
Hey, well, you know what? We did the right thing and we went, we decided to say, hey, let's tone it
Let's be
back
more
a little bit here.
realistic.
Let's be
Yeah.
realistic. And then they exceeded our expectations.
Yeah.
So let's fucking
Yeah.
go.
I won't say what the predictions were for. We both said they have them in the playoffs this year at that record, but I won't say where we think they'd go to.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give us bad juju or anything, but
Okay.
pretty solid so far. You were definitely better than me on that Barger pick. That was a really good pick. Will Wagner did not uh, do much for this for the main team. So
No, we didn't.
no.
That
So
was
you definitely win this year on that. Okay, let's go into our wild card predictions here. Um, we have all four matchups starting tomorrow through Thursday, and then after this, we will talk about the ALDS because we will not be making another pod until next week when they have started and almost finished. So we'll start off here with the matchup that we are all anticipating tomorrow: the Boston Red Sox against the New York Yankees. 3 games at home for the Yankees. They're hosting. I will quickly start off and say the Yankees will win in three. I think they'll win
Yankees
in
in three.
three. Yeah, I think the Red Sox will win the first game because Crochet's pitching and he will cause problems. And then I think the Yankees will pick it up in the later games. That's my prediction. I think Judge will finally wake up. I think Judge will have a horrible first game. I think he'll go like 0 for 4 or something, and then he'll be like, "Oh shit, I actually have to do something in the playoffs," and then he'll pick it up.
It's not bad. I'll say, yeah. I'll probably say Yankees sweep 2 games.
Okay, okay.
That's not
Yankees in two for Ryan. So we both have the Yankees playing the Jays. That is my dream scenario.
that'd be
I,
fun.
I would love to play the Yankees in the
I mean,
playoffs.
you get what
Has
you
the J
get.
have the
At the same
Jays
time, you get
ever?
what you get, man. You get what you get. Like
Yeah,
let's.
I don't mind either. But I would much prefer to play the Yankees just because of how sweet if we do beat them, how sweet that victory would be. Um, with all the shit talking back and forth this year during the regular season. So uh then we have the other AL matchup, the Tigers against the Guardians. Guardians hosting. I think the Guardians sweep them very easily. I don't think the Tigers have a chance after what happened with their choke job of 15 and a half game lead. I think they I think they beat them pretty handedly. I know Scooble starts game one, but he's somewhat injured. And I don't think that's going to cause much problems for Cleveland. So we can go with them in a very easy 2 game series for them.
I think, yeah, it'll same thing here. I think I just can't see Detroit beating the Guardians.
No,
Guardians are at
their
home.
offense has not been very good either. Detroit, their bats have not been picked up recently, so
No.
their pitching is only really their only hope. Their
Hmm.
only hope. Sorry. Okay. This will be a fun one. I'll kind of pay attention to this. Give me San Diego Padres against the Cubs. Cubs hosting. I think this definitely goes three. I'm gonna go. I've seen a lot of people picking the Padres in this series, but I think home advantage. I'm gonna go with the Cubs in three. I just really like I'm a big fan of the Cubs, so a little biased, but I think I like the home field advantage there for them. So I'll go
Cool.
with them in three.
All right, I will go. I'm gonna go San Diego in three.
Okay.
Yeah. I
I
think
think it could
Cubs
go
win.
either
I
way.
think
They're
Cubs win
very
second
close.
game. San Diego wins third.
Okay. Padres in three. Okay. Um. All right. And then final series. This is the one of probably the only lopsided one I'd say. The Reds against the Dodgers.
An
Reds
83 win team.
sneaking in 2 games above 500. Uh, Sneaking into the playoffs against one of the more stacked lineups in the league. Uh, you know what? I'm going shocking here. I'm going with the Reds in three. I think they pour it on against this team. I don't know. I just have a feeling something crazy happens here.
Like a
I
sleeper
think
pick. Yeah, I could see
yes,
that.
yes. I just have a feeling. I don't know. I just have a feeling, they squeak into the playoffs and they're gonna be like, you know what? We have no expectations on beating this team. Uh Otani with another 50 home run season. Uh, One of the best starting pitching lineups of all time. Like I like they have no expectations of beating this Dodgers team. I think they just go all out and have an amazing series. And they beat the
They,
Dodgers
you know,
away.
they've got a couple good starting pitchers. Like Andrew Abbott's good. Um, Nick Lodolo's not bad. Hunter Green they got, so like that's something to look at because they have the
Mhm.
starting pitching to be good, man. Like to really go the distance. So, and that's something I'm thinking about. Like Brady Singer's not bad either. Like you could do some spot starts. Their offense just sucks. Like they do not have a good offense. Like
Yeah, I saw this. I saw this video. I can't remember it exactly, but it was basically along the lines of uh, no hitter above 270 batting average. This is the first team to make the playoffs without a hitter above a 270 average. No one who's hit over 20 home runs, I think. No
22.
15, 22. No 15 win pitcher, uh, starting pitcher. And then there was another stat. I can't remember what it was, but it was something along the lines of like pitching or hitting stat or something like that. Uh, and that's the first time a team like that has made the playoffs. So I think that like that alone just makes them like have no expectations. They're like, okay, we're just gonna go in here and see what we can do. And I think they pull it off.
Fuck,
I
this
think
team
they
has
do something
fucking
crazy.
Santiago Espinal as their second baseman, bro, or their third baseman. Like, come
Oh
on.
my God. That's what I'm saying, man. I think they just pull off something and just win this series.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
And like I haven't heard too much about like the Dodgers. Like they did sweep the Mariners, but the Mariners had already won the division
Yeah.
by that point. So like those games didn't really matter. Uh, like I don't know. I haven't heard too much about the Dodgers. So I think they've done pretty well their last few games. I'm just checking their schedule, but I don't know. I think the Reds figure something out.
Yeah.
I like the shocker pick here. What's your choice?
Uh, I'd say I'd probably go. Hmm. I'm gonna say uh Reds win the first game, which will be crazy, and then the Dodgers are
Yeah.
like, fuck no, I'm not we're not letting this
Yeah.
this is bullshit. And then they win
Yeah.
it. Like they just skull
Yeah.
fuck them the next game.
Right. Yeah.
Like again, the thing is,
It's hard to win. It's hard to win 2 games in a row at Dodger Stadium with that kind of team.
yeah,
It's
it's
very hard.
scary.
They're gonna
It's
have
like
to
they're
they're gonna have to
terrifying.
heavily they're gonna have to heavily rely on their pitching.
So
to
I just want
be very
I'm
good.
quickly gonna look at the Dodgers pitching because I want to see what theirs looks like this year. Um, like they obviously have Kershaw going, but I think they'll go game one Yamamoto.
Yeah, Blake Snell.
They'd probably go game two. If Snell's not injured, which I don't think he is. No, he's not. They'll probably go Snell game two. Um, and then
So Glass now too. I don't think he's injured.
no, he's not. I don't think he is. He's been good. He's also been good. So they probably go Glasnow game three, then Kershaw like and start the next game. I don't even know if they make Kershaw start. Maybe they even put him in the bullpen. Then you also got fucking Otani. I forgot about that. Oh my God. Holy fuck, they've got a lot of starting pitching. I didn't realize that. I thought the Reds might
Yeah,
have better. Dude, think about it. Yamamoto, Kershaw, Glasnow, Snell, Otani. That is terrifying. And then Emmett Sheehan out
unbelievable.
of
They'll
nowhere.
probably do like in ALD if they do make it to the ALDS, they'll probably do like a mixed game with Kershaw and Otani because Otani's not doing full games now,
Okay.
is he? He's not
No,
doing full games.
I'm switching my pickup. The Reds have no chance. They're not going to win a game. It's
Really?
too
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Fuck that.
I'll stick. I'll
Stick
stick
with
with.
yours. That'd be interesting. Because
I'll stick.
if you put
I
Braun,
want to do an upset. I want to do an upset pick because
okay,
we're pretty smart.
the only way your pick will work is that Dodgers bullpen
Fucks
fucks
up.
some shit
Yeah.
up. Tanner Scott,
He's
fucking
good. He's good.
okay. No, I was gonna say he's bad.
Uh,
Don't know what you're even talking about. You just stop saying stuff. You don't even know what you're saying. Like you just whatever comes to your head. Just
uh,
yeah. He has a
what
five.
about Roki Sasaki? What happened to him?
He's back in the majors. He's been pitching okay, but yeah. Anyway, I don't
Okay.
even fuck
Kirby
Roki.
Yates, Jay's
Who's more
legend.
valuable? Who's been more valuable? Miles Straw, or Roki Sasaki. Miles fucking Straw. So Roki, you can
There
hang
you
out with the
go.
Dodgers and you can cry about I walked 15 batters in 2.2 of an inning. Oh God. Like, yeah, fuck you.
Damn.
Yeah. So let's move on. Time to fucking
Okay.
get her going. Let's move
Go
on to
Reds.
what?
I said go Reds.
Yeah,
That would
yeah,
be
sure.
fucking crazy.
That would be
All
crazy.
right.
That'd be hilarious.
Let's go into the ALDS predictions here. We both picked the Yankees. Actually, we'll save that for last. Seattle Mariners, who have been won their first division title in what was it, 24 years since 2001 when they had the best record in all of baseball ever, best regular season record of all time. They play the Guardians. You both have the Guardians. I think the Mariners do pretty well here. Their offense is unbelievable this year, and they also have a great pitching staff. So I think they win in four. I think the
Okay.
Guardians take one, but I think at home, but I think they win four.
Okay. I'll say, yeah, I'll agree with that too.
Okay, Mariners in four. It
Yeah,
is
four.
for both of us.
Four sounds right.
Yeah, I think the Guardians get one at home after losing the first two, and then the Mariners just clean up in the at the end in game
Yeah.
four. Okay, so we have Milwaukee Brewers, best record in baseball. Hosting for me the Cubs or for you the Padres. I think the Milwaukee Brewers once again they're gonna stink it up in the playoffs. They they had the best record, but that doesn't mean anything. I think the Cubs beat them in 5 games. Upset
I think the Brewers will make it. I think the Brewers win in five.
against the Padres.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're very similar to the Jays where they have not many stars,
Hmm.
like big star players like the Phillies do or the Dodgers have, but they're a very solid baseball team
Hmm.
all around. But I think the Cubs win just because I'm a little biased, but I don't know, I just like the Cubs. And the Brewers haven't shown any playoff success and they haven't made a championship series in what, 7 years? When they
Yeah.
played the Dodgers and was it 2018 or something like that? Yeah, so um Yeah, they haven't been doing much recently for me to give them any praise. So I will go with them. And then Philadelphia against Cincinnati or the Dodgers. Both series would be fun. Uh, I think the Phillies have so much firepower on offense with Schwarber, uh, with his probably his best year. I think for me, I think they sweep the Reds in three. But for you, what do you think against the Dodgers?
Oh my gosh, that's a good series.
It's going to be really good. It's too bad it's the division series and not championship series because that would be incredible.
Still, it'll be fun. I think the Dodgers will. Hmm, that's a really tough series, man.
Hmm.
Between Dodgers and fucking Phillies. Phillies at home. I think he goes to 5 games for sure. I think
Right.
100% goes to 5 games. And I will say I'm gonna say the Phillies. I'm gonna say the Phillies come out on top.
Mm,
Five
nice.
game five at
Nice.
home. Yep.
Nice. I like that pick. I really like the Phillies this year. I think they have their best team they've had uh in this like era of players. I think this is their best chance to make it. And they've obviously made it to the World Series a couple years ago, but I think this is their best chance.
Yeah.
Best chance to win it all. And then obviously the final series, we both have the Yankees moving on. So the Jays against the Yankees, ALDS. Jays obviously with the home field advantage. Um, I have the Jays sweeping. I'm gonna go out there and say they sweep.
Wow.
Yep. I'm going bold here. I think they sweep. Uh I think
That's an awesome
they
fucking
obviously
take. That is a
yeah.
great fucking take. I love it.
I think they're obviously going to be start. They're going to have their best pitchers are already going to be done. The first like they're not going to be starting game one of the ALDS. They're not going to have Freed starting game one. They're going to have maybe who's their
Littler,
starters right now?
Littler, maybe
Yeah,
Lucas.
Schlittler. Yeah, like come on. We're gonna have Bieber or Gosman on the mound for game one. Bo's going to be back for possibly game two or game three. I don't see how this
You're
Yankees
getting me
team.
butterflies already, bro. I'm
Yeah, I
fucking
don't I don't
nervous.
see how this Yankees team has a chance. I
I
don't see how this
I'm
Yankees team has a
I'm
chance.
gonna be I'm gonna be honest. I'm nervous about this Yankees team because they have been swinging it lately. Judge and Stan. Albeit they're facing the poverty, fucking Orioles and the White Sox in the last few,
Yeah,
like
like come on.
six
Come on.
6 games, but they are swinging it well. I will say that.
But
However,
our pitching is vastly improved the last couple of weeks
yeah,
in
our
terms of
relief
bullpen
pitching has
especially.
improved, and
Yeah.
also the Yankees struggle mighty heavily against the Yankees. Also, we got 2 games. We got 2 games to start the series at home. So to
Hmm.
we have that home field advantage, which is huge. It really is
Hmm.
big. So I'm gonna because I love this team, man, and I'm not gonna fucking doubt them. I say they win this series. I say they win it. I say they win it in 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they win a game or two. They win a game in Yankee Stadium. Uh so you say it goes 1-1? Or do you
No.
say it goes
Mm,
2-0? It goes 2-0 at home, and then the Yankees
yeah.
win
Yeah. I
three,
like
and
that. I
then
like
Jays
that.
win four. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that better than the Jays. I don't think the Jays lose a game at home. I don't think they lose. I don't think they lose at home with Bieber and Gosman pitching. I
All
don't.
you
I don't
need
think.
is some very important elements, and you need your boys to show up. Pitching,
Yeah.
pitching is extremely important, and you need some innings out of these guys. You need lots of, but you need to get these fucking hits. You need to get clutch hitting and hit some home runs, and that comes from Vladdy, Barger, Springer, Kirk, and hopefully Bichette and Santander. That's what needs to happen.
Hmm.
They need to have some clutch hitting. They need to have important hitting, and that's what's going to send them. And they've done it all year long. They, God, I hope they do it. They do it this
Yeah.
year too. They do it right now.
Yeah.
So they're a team that,
Then
yeah. Go ahead.
No, no, keep going, keep going.
I
I
was
was
no,
going to
that's
close it
all I'm gonna
out.
say. It's just
Okay.
I think they do. But yeah, I'm really excited, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, the atmosphere in that place is going to be unbelievable. They've been waiting, years to, get a solid, really solid playoff team. Uh, you know, I think Schneider's matured enough as a manager to make, the right decisions. I hope, and not, pull his starting pitcher early. Uh, and in a tough situation. I hope he believes in his guys. And I think he does this year. I think this is his, he's matured enough as a manager that he will make the right decisions. And I think that's what that'll set this Jays team over the top, get them to the championship series. We have both Jays Mariners ALCS, which will be fucking awesome if that does happen. That would be a nice championship series. And
Hmm.
then I have Phillies Cubs, and you have Phillies Brewers. So some nice series predicted for us here for the future. And like I said, I wasn't a big baseball fan. Like, I watched playoff baseball, but this year, with the Jays playing really well and some other really good teams and upcoming teams like the Mariners who haven't won a World Series before and some exciting players. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. You always talk about playoff baseball being the best. I'm very excited. I'm very
Yeah, you're
excited
right.
for
And you have to think,
what's gonna happen.
you know, try and be positive as much as you can. Just stay positive. You've seen we've seen those things before where these great teams in the regular season, they get to the playoffs and all of a sudden, like, what the fuck happened? Like, they just like it goes away. The magic goes away. Think of the Phillies last year against the Magic Mets, and like think of all those
Mm.
100 win teams, like the uh what was I gonna say? Like the
The
Braves,
Orioles,
Orioles, like.
yeah.
But again, it
That's why I think like a team like the Royals from last year, surprisingly, sweeping the Orioles at away. Like I think something like that's going to happen in the wild card, like the Reds. Like I think
yeah,
something crazy like that's going to happen.
yeah. We'll
They're
see what
always
happens, man.
every playoffs. There's always something that happens. Last year with the NFL, you had the Commanders with Jaden Daniels as a rookie who beat the Lions, the 15-win Lions away and put up like a 50 ball on them.
Yeah.
And then you had the NHL this year. I mean, NHL last year um with who was the surprise team last year? I'm trying to remember. There wasn't really any surprise teams last year. But usually the NHL there's some crazy upsets. Like I thought the Montreal was going to beat Washington
Yeah.
last year, and they gave up a pretty good fight. They lost in five, but teams like that, Ottawa, for example, Ottawa, no one thought Ottawa or Montreal would make the playoffs last year, and they did. And Ottawa put up a pretty decent fight against the Leafs in the first round, who won the division, right? So
Yeah.
just shit like that always happens in the playoffs. I'm very excited. So looking forward to playoff baseball once again. Let's move on. Let's move on to our Buffalo Bills, who had we didn't cover week 3 against the Dolphins, which was a pretty solid game all around. The defense has a lot of issues. Like I always mention every week, the defense has a lot of issues, always a lot of problems uh, with stopping the pass and playing deep zone. That Dolphins game was a little worrisome, but I think Josh, did enough to keep the offense in it and score points. So they won that game 31-20, I believe. I
Yeah.
think that was the score. Yeah, 31-20 against the Dolphins. That was a great game. Great interception by Terrell Bernard at the end to seal it. That was huge because the Dolphins were looking a little dangerous in the first half. They tied the Bills in the first half, and I was like, okay, this is going to be a game. Uh, but the defense came up clutch. They do that once in a while. The Bills defense they come up clutch, but when it comes to regular, they play down to their opponents a lot. And
Yeah.
obviously, I'll mention that in the Saints game that happened yesterday. But they play down to their opponents a lot, and when they play good teams, they play very good. Um, Dolphins obviously not a good team this year. Um, they're playing tonight actually against the Jets. I think they're playing right now. But they're not a good team. They have trouble on the offensive side of the ball trying to get plays going. Um, but yeah, like they're struggling. So the Bills should have capitalized and played maybe a little bit better, but it happens, right? So good win nonetheless, division win. They're now 2-0 against division teams, and then and that's always good. Division games are always the most important to win, especially for trying to win the division and stuff. And then you have this week against the Saints, which we thought the spread on was 16 and a half points, which was like easily the biggest spread I've seen in a football game in a while. And the Saints put up a pretty good fight. I was very worried after the first half. I'm like, okay, this is just the usual Bills playing down to their opponent. Defense, absolutely dog shit. Run defense, horrible. Can't tackle anyone. Josh basically doing it all himself once again on offense. He had an interception, which was, shades of 2018 Josh of throwing it into double coverage and throwing 18 picks a season. But, you know, it happens. It happens once in a while. Quarterbacks get a little risky and they try to throw the pass, especially if they're down against a shitty team like New Orleans. But they were resilient. Josh had a great game after the interception. Over 200 yards passing, 40 yards rushing, two passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. Played great. Shakir had a really good game. James Cook again. I think he's the best running back right now in the league. I don't think anyone's better than him. Maybe Jonathan Taylor is like right there, but James Cook all around he's unbelievable. That contract that they signed him to is looking very good right
Yeah.
now. So I'm very very happy that we signed him for another 4 years. So they locked up him for good. And another solid win, another game where we score 30 points and have the margin of victory being 10. You know, over 10 points. So they played very good towards the end of the game. They're a second half team. And they got the Patriots next week, Sunday night, wearing their new jerseys, the whiteout jerseys, which I'm very excited to see them play in. The only thing I'm worried about is the Patriots have a very hot offense right now. They have really good really good offense. Drake May just put up 42 points on the Panthers, who gave up 0 points to the Falcons the week before. So they're pretty hot right now. Hunter Henry's their tight end. He's very good. He's had a very good last 2 weeks. Two very good running backs, Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson. Solid defense as well. Mike Vrabel is keeping them in check. That's going to be a tough game at home on Sunday night. Patriots at home is always a tough game, especially with when Tom was playing for New England. But it'll be a fun game, division game at home again, prime time. Bills should win. They should win by 7 to 10 points. They should. This is it's going to be a tough game, but the Patriots are not that good of a team compared to the Bills. So should be a win. Josh is going to go crazy again. He always plays well against New England. I'm probably going to go like 30-21 or something like that. I think it'll be a good game. Very similar to the Dolphins game. I feel the Bills will get a nice late turnover, force something from Drake to throw, and then the Bills will seal it. I like that.
Yep.
I like that from the boys next week. I know I just rambled off a little bit, but what are your
No,
thoughts from the
you're
past
good.
couple of weeks?
No, I no, I agree. I think that they should be they the Bills have a very easy schedule, my friend. They've got
Yeah,
a
they do. A lot of people are complaining about the Bills' schedule compared to the Eagles, who are also the last undefeated team. They're comparing the schedules, and I'm like, dude, they can't control it because they're playing the NFC South this year, their division, and all the teams in that division stink. Like they're
yeah.
all very bad. Like the Panthers, the Saints, the Falcons, the Buccaneers are the only really good team in that division, which they play a little
Yeah.
bit later at home, which is good. They get to play the Bucks at home, but all the other teams, they're pretty average. And the Bills have a few tough games. Like they got lucky with the Bengals getting injured, with Burrow getting
Bro,
injured,
yeah.
and then not them playing very well. This year they've gotten very lucky on that side. And Kansas City having a few injuries, but they just beat Baltimore very easily this weekend. They're looking dangerous again with Worthy back and Rashee Rice coming back in a couple weeks. Same old Chiefs back at it again. But yeah, we can't control our schedule, right? There's nothing, it's not our fault that we play in a division with three shitty teams. You
Yeah,
know
no, exactly. We were once the shitty team,
exactly. The Bills were once that shitty team, right?
where that the
So
Patriots were controlling, and
yeah,
but
the
that's
Bill
not
the
that's
Bills
not it
the Bills
anymore, buddy.
still
That's not it
yeah the
anymore.
Bills still have to play the Bills still have to play the Eagles second last week of the season. They still have to play the Chiefs. They still have to play the Bucks, who are a very good team. Um, they still have to play the Steelers, who are 3-1, like always. They always fucking start off crazy, but later on in the season they
Oh,
suck.
I
Um,
mean, who's their quarterback again? Who's their fucking quarterback?
Aaron Rodgers, he's playing good. He's playing good, man. He just beat the Vikings in Ireland. He was looking really good. I'm not gonna lie. He was
Unk
looking
is
very
back.
good. Yeah, I've mentioned it on the
I
podcast.
know you
He's
love
probably
him.
he's the most naturally gifted quarterback to ever play in the NFL. In terms of throwing the
Grenade,
football,
grenade.
nasty.
Yeah.
He's nasty. Um,
No, that schedule,
with him and DK Metcalf, that's a deadly combo, man. They're really good. Um, but
no,
yeah, like their next games, they have the Patriots, they have the Falcons Monday night. Then they have a bye week, and then they play the Panthers off the bye week. If they don't beat the Panthers by 25 or more, I'll be very surprised. Then they have the Chiefs at home, which will be a tough game. Most likely the Bills usually beat the Chiefs in regular season. Playoffs we don't talk about. But I think that'll be a win. Dolphins away, that's probably a win. Bucks at home, that'll be a tough game as well. Texans on Thursday night. Texans are a weird team this year. They're a little weird this year. They just won their first game, but they're still, it's still CJ Stroud and Nico Collins, and they have a really good defense. You know,
yeah.
and then Steelers, Bengals, Patriots again, the Browns. Like, come on, they're not wrong with us having an easy schedule, but we can't control it.
Oh, and
We
then the
were we were
Jets
first.
win the season. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. It's another win. I mean, Josh is not going to be playing anyways because we're already going to have the first seed in the AFC locked up. But uh, last home game with the red helmets. That's going to be a fun game to watch.
No,
Too bad Josh isn't playing. It's going to be Mitchell Trubisky with the red helmet on. But yeah, this is a 4-0 start. One of two teams to start off undefeated.
can't complain, bro. Can't argue with
Perfect
that.
start. Perfect start.
Cannot argue with that.
Yeah, that's about it for the Bills. I'll quickly talk about some Leafs talk. Preseason's just starting. Few new guys are starting to play. Stolar's just got locked up on a nice contract.
Those
4
guys,
years, 4 years, under 4 million a year.
it's pretty good.
Fantastic contract. Fantastic contract. True Living does it again. He has signed Nyes, Tavares, and Stolars for over 4 years, for 4 years or more, all of them, under $16 million AAV, which is
How does he do
phenomenal.
it?
Phenomenal. He has done a great job coming in, and just letting you know for ahead of next year. After next year, we will have $24 million in cap space in the bank. And who does that bring in? McJesus. Come home. He wants to come home. I know he does. He's got 1 year left. I'll sign him for 20 million. I don't give a shit. Give him whatever he wants.
Sign up to
We have
30,
20,
bro.
20, 24. Well, we don't have the cap space for 30 million, but we have 24 million next year. So all I'm going to say is you sign that guy to 7-8 year contract. He's in the prime. He's in the prime of his hockey playing career right now. You sign him to a long-term deal. Give him how much? Give him 20 million. I don't give a shit. Give him the rest of our cap space. You sign that man. You do whatever you can to get him on this team because that power play with Matthews, McDavid, Nyes, Nylander, and Tavares all in the same line, magical.
If
Magical.
and what I think what's even what I love more about it is just if the it's basically assured that he's not it's not 100% that he's going to sign with the Leafs. It's not 100% he's going to sign with the Oilers either. But if the Oilers do not make the playoffs, or sorry, if they
No,
don't
they
win the
will. They will.
no, sorry, I meant to say if they don't win the if they don't win the Stanley Cup this upcoming
He's most
season,
likely leaving.
he's
And
not.
I don't see the Oilers winning the cup this year. They just signed Darnell Nurse to over 10 million AAV.
What?
That garbage defenseman. He's getting paid over 10 million a year. Same with Evan Bouchard, just got signed to like a 9.5 a year.
Why?
Yeah, they're like he that I forget the GM's name, but he's in shambles right now. They're having a lot of trouble. They're having a lot of trouble. Tree Living has done a fantastic job this offseason. I'm very excited to see what this team will look like without Marner. Um, I hope the best for him in Vegas. Apparently, he's looking really good in preseason with Eichel on that team. But
Who
we
cares
don't have to
about?
worry about Vegas until the Stanley Cup final, if that does happen. But yeah, man, I'm very excited for how this team's gonna look. Regular season starts in 2 weeks, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. Where they play the Montreal Canadiens at home, game one. Very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff for this Leafs team. Looking very good for the future.
Yeah. I also I don't think McDavid would sign with an American team either.
No, no. I don't see him signing with Montreal. That's not going to happen. That's that he would never sign with Montreal. I think his only two options are Edmonton or Toronto. I don't see him going to fucking Florida. I don't
No,
see
they
him
don't.
going to
They
like
just
I don't see
signed.
him
They
going
just
to LA or
no. Florida just extended a bunch of their players anyway. Like they just made a bunch of deals. They're not.
yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of Florida, Barkov's out for basically the whole year. He had to get surgery on his MCL and ACL. So he's out for at least 9 months.
They've still got that
Uh
fucking Florida pedophile magic with them though, so they'll be fine. Like,
yeah, they just signed Marchand again. They'll still be nasty.
what? They
They'll
signed him
still
again? What is it? What do you mean by
well,
that?
they extended him. They extended him.
I knew they extended
His
him. I knew they extended him though.
okay, I'm just saying in general, they have Marchand still for
Oh,
a few more years. Like they're still gonna be very good,
yeah.
regardless of Barkov not playing or not. But yeah, a fun season awaits for this team. Very excited.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's go into our top five. This has been a long podcast.
Yeah. Let's go into our top five. Top five. We are doing Blue Jays moments of 2025. We will be talking about all the times where the Blue Jays have done something so awesome, so crazy that we have to put it on our list of rankings. So it's
I won the last poll again.
all right.
I'm just racking up these wins right now, so I will be going first.
All right.
I'm gonna go with I'm not gonna go with game 162, Kirk hitting that grand slam. I'm gonna go with it's pretty obvious this pick. I'm gonna go with George Springer's grand slam on Canada Day. That basically won us the division. If we look at beating the Yankees that day,
Yeah.
basically won us the division. So I'm gonna go with that. Go with that moment. That kind of kick-started that big run of that winning streak. That that kind of jolted this team to second half of the season. This team's for real. So go with that. Uh, go with that as my number one pick.
Sounds good. All right. I will go with number one moment. That's a good pick. But I'll say yesterday's game clinching the division
Uh-huh.
13-4 against the Tampa Bay Rays was one of the best games of the season. It was awesome just to see this team come up clutch. You're down 1-0 right away, which sucks, and you're like, fuck, this is it. Then
Yeah.
fucking Alejandro Kirk with the grand slam. Like, what else can you ask? That was awesome. That was freaking so sick.
Yeah, it was sweet. I yelled at the top of my lungs when that happened. It was
Same.
fucking
I was
awesome.
yelling at my dogs. Like I was like, "Let's go!" Yeah.
So cool, so cool. Especially after that game where he got caught on first. He basically did a single and then he ran it out and
Oh
then
yeah.
yeah, that
You know,
was,
we were at You're never going to a
Yeah.
Blue Jays game again, by the way.
No,
That's
I'm done. I'm done. I'm never stepping foot in that building ever again. I'm never going to that game. I'm never
especially if
going
it's
to
a
that building
meaningful
ever again.
game. Like, yeah,
No,
like
I
very
was joking with my buddy. I'm like, I'm looking for tickets for the ALDS, and he's like, don't do it. He's like,
yeah,
don't do
don't.
it. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep my money in my bank account and leave that alone.
All right.
Okay. Okay, at number two, I'm gonna go with the series against the Rockies, where they put up like 45 runs in 3 games. Uh, that was pretty spectacular. That was kind of that was the peak of like the Jays offense this year and like them like dominating every team that they played. Um, they were insane that series and scoring runs. Albeit it was in Colorado against the Rockies, but nonetheless, 45 runs in 3 games is insane.
Yeah,
So I'm going to go with that at number two.
sounds good. All right, I got the Bo Bichette home run against the Rangers way back in like
Yeah, yeah.
June, where we were playing. It was a pretty shitty series altogether. We won the first game, lost the second game like 1-0, something like that, or 2-0, and then 0-0 up until the ninth inning, top of the ninth. Bo Bichette 2-run bomb, give the Blue Jays the lead, and then they win the game. It was awesome. It was freaking sweet. So that's what I think kickstarted the Blue Jays uh, into who this team really is. After that, they went on a run. They went and faced the Athletics and then swept them, and that was awesome again. So yeah,
I really like that one. I remember that game too, vividly. I remember watching that game. Um, okay. Um, hmm. All right. I'll go with another recent one. I will go with Trey Savage's first start,
ooh, good one.
MLB start. Amazing progression this year with him starting at single A and then coming all the way up towards the end of the year in the majors and having, I think, the best first start in Jay's history. I mean, debatable with 9 strikeouts.
Yeah,
Uh, fantastic first start. Probably most definitely making the roster for the playoffs. I don't know if he's starting, but he'll definitely be a part of this team in some way. But yeah, fantastic first start in Tampa. Um, yeah, I'll go
cool.
with that number three.
All right, my number three pick. I'm gonna go with Shane Bieber's first start as a Blue Jay. I'm gonna follow up with you're saying.
Yeah, that was a great first start too.
Again against the Marlins, a nice easy team to break him in after TJ. And this dude goes 6 innings, 1 earned run, like 9 Ks. Just a dominant start. So awesome. It's like this is fucking sick. This is so cool.
Okay. Oh, I'm stuck between two here for number four. Um, Okay, I'll go with this one. I'm gonna go with Mason Fluharty against the Dodgers, coming in and stopping Betts and
Fuck.
Otani.
God damn it. I was gonna go with that.
That was unreal. They lost the first 2 games in that series, and then comes in third game needing a stop. Late lead. They were going back and forth that game. I do remember that game. Um, yeah, he was so clutch in that final inning to stop arguably two of the best hitters in baseball, 2 Hall of Famers, and just came in clutch, struck out Otani, um, and then grounded out Betts to win the game. Unreal moment there, for Fluharty.
Cool. All right, my number four pick. I'm gonna go with
Sorry, 1 second. What was your third pick again? I
it
forgot to write it
was
down.
Shane Bieber start.
That's right. That's right.
Number four, I'm gonna go with one of very series was great because I hate this team with a passion, and it's the Seattle Mariners when we swept them on the road in Seattle, and that was just a great fucking series because we had a nice little comeback win in the third game of the series, And yeah, like that was again another one of those kickstarters. It's just like, all right, this team's special. We got something going here. Like let's keep it going, you know? That was really good.
Sorry, remind me again. What was that?
Seattle Mariners sweep of the Seattle Mariners on the
Right.
road.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, against a very solid team.
Mhm.
Okay. Are we doing honorable mentions or are we just gonna do five?
Let's just do five.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Uh, hmm. Oh, yes. Okay. Number five, another recent one. I will go with Varshaw's grand slam against the Red
Ooh,
Sox.
good one.
That was very clutch after losing the first two games. They needed that win badly. And Varsho came in clutch there to win the game, that final game against the Red Sox. So I'll go with that, number five, my last pick.
Cool. All right. Let's see. I got. All right, this one I loved. This is such a sick moment, man. Um, what was it? Okay, it was a pretty recent. There's so many that I have like in mind. So many awesome moments.
Mhm.
I'm thinking right now it's between since I'm thinking right now it's between Kirk's walk off against the Orioles, that game where we were down like 2 runs in the
Yeah.
ninth, and then came back, tied it up, and then just won the game off a Kirk sack fly. But I'm also gonna go with another Kirk walk off, and that's his walk off double against Jordan Romano and the Phillies. That
Yeah.
was freaking sweet, man. Vladdy gets a hit right up the middle, single. Vladdy then steals second, the bottom of the ninth. Crazy. Then Kirk decides, all right, let's fucking do this. Let's go. And double off the wall. That was
Yeah, that
such a
was
sick
sick.
game.
Yeah. Against another great team against the Phillies.
Yeah. We won that
Um,
series too, which is great. Yeah. But
yeah.
yeah, that's my number five pick.
Good picks there. Good picks there. I think they're both very pretty even. I had George Springer's Canada Day Grand Slam series against the Rockies. Trey Savage first MLB start. Fluharty against the Dodgers, and then Varshaw's Grand Slam against the Red Sox. You've had final game clinching the division. Bichette's home run against the Rangers. Bieber's first start for the Jays. The Mariners sweep, and then Kirk's walk off against the Phillies.
Yeah.
Good list there. Good list. Could go either way.
There's another one you have to think, like I can list off another one is when the Jays went back to back home runs against the Diamondbacks with Bo Bichette tying it up and then Barger taking the winning the game with a walk-off home run. That was awesome.
Mm,
Our 10-game win streak where we walked off
right.
the did we maybe have the most walk-off wins out of any team in baseball like in this year? I feel like we had so many walk-offs this year, but
I think we definitely had the most comeback wins.
yes, we 100% had the most comeback wins. That
Yeah.
game against the Astros where uh yeah, I was at that game where Isaiah kind of fell off and tied it up 3-3. That was sick.
Yeah.
Um there's a bunch. Yeah, there's so many.
Obviously that sweep against the Yankees, I already mentioned the Canada
Yeah,
Day
that entire
game, but
series.
that series was amazing because the day after, I think the day before that series, the what's his name, Michael K, that prick,
Yeah,
basically said
asshole.
the Jays are garbage. And then, they fucking sweep or they're not a playoff caliber team or something. Or a team to like a division like winning caliber team or something. Um, yeah. Oh, the shutout, Gosman's complete game shutout against the Astros.
Mhm.
That was a really good game. Um, uh, yeah. And yeah, obviously mentioning with Trey Savage's game at the immaculate inning. It was an immaculate inning. He threw 10 pitches, but the ball was in the zone. So we'll call it an immaculate inning. Mhm.
We had so the most sweeps. The Dodgers swept 7 teams, and the Jays swept 7 teams. We got swept 4 times. We swept 7 teams this year. So we had tied with the Dodgers for most sweeps. The Rockies went 1 for 13 in sweeps. So they swept one team and then they got swept 13 times.
That's pathetic. How many did the Jays have?
They had seven.
Sweeps?
They
Okay.
swept seven
Who
teams.
did the Rockies sweep? I want to know who they swept. Probably the Red
Actually,
Sox, the
let me
White
take a
Sox or
look.
some shit.
Colorado,
I'm
it
very
probably
interested to
was.
see.
Sweeps. Swept a series. I don't know if it says. Sweep data.
I'm sure you
Yeah,
should
I don't
probably
know.
look on Baseball Reference and just see 3 straight wins. It's probably pretty rare to find that on the
Yeah,
Rockies page.
whatever.
Let's
Series
see.
record. Let me. Okay, most walk-off wins because I think that's the Jays. Walk-off off wins 2025. Oh, the Boston Red Sox.
They sweep the Marlins. That's who they swept.
Walk-off.
They almost swept the Nationals, but they got walked off in the 11th inning
The Jays didn't
in
have as
extra
much as I
innings.
thought. Jays had seven this year. And then the Red Sox had 10.
The Rockies almost sweep the Cardinals twice.
Swept.
Same shit. That's the
No, you
fucking
sound
word.
like he sounds stupid. With the
No,
Cardinals swept the
the
Yankees.
Cardinals almost sweep. Sweeps should be a word.
It is a word. It is a word, but you're
Sweeps?
using it in the wrong sentence, in the wrong phrasing.
English is a stupid language. Let's be real.
It is. Everyone should speak Croatian. That's what it should be.
I don't speak Croatian, so
No,
I'm
I
learning.
never. I didn't ask you. I'm just saying everyone should
Why? Why Croatian?
because it's a cool language.
Okay. Interesting choice there.
Yankees. Okay, yeah. Anyway, let's end this podcast off. This
Yeah, we're rambling off a bit here.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will talk to you guys next week after the Jays series. This will be very exciting. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm very very excited for um the continuation of Toronto Blue Jays baseball and into the postseason. No matter what way it
Mhm.
ends, the season was a success. And thank you guys for riding with us this entire season. We still got
Mhm.
more to come. We got baseball, we got football, and we got hockey to cover. It's gonna be busy, and it's gonna be a good old fucking time. So stay with
This is the
us.
best. This is the best time of year for sports.
It is.
Easily. Easily.
Weather's getting a little bit more cool. Sweater weather. You know, hanging out with the family. Reading week's coming up too, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good times.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Spotify, YouTube. We're on all those platforms. Stay tuned. See ya later.